We devote our whole lives to find happiness. We see happiness as goals that we need to achieve. From early on in our lives, we set for ourselves what we need to draw, build, learn, where to look, what to get in order to be happy. We end up in a vicious circle of searching that can never make us happy. We find happiness in both real and virtual worlds. We find it through ourselves, but also with the help of our virtual identities. With the use of technology, we create our virtual copies. Yet we don't use these copies to complement us, but instead we search our happiness in them. We meet different kinds of people. We meet different kinds of happiness, which we examine and use as our inspiration. This is how we create our values. Sometimes though we don't know how to prioritize them. This is reflected in a way we search for our own happiness that we yet need to learn to define. Sometimes you need to experience unhappiness in order to be able to measure your emotions and finally find yourself. On social networks, we follow people who show us new goals. We admire the depiction of their happiness. We are overwhelmed by these momentary pleasures. We don't see that in the end we are unhappy for not achieving goals that other people have set themselves. As a result, people criticize technologies. People criticize their negative impact on us. However, technologies per se do not have any negative impact on society. It is the society that causes it. People get overwhelmed by the content. People fail to control the time they spend online. Eventually, people blame technologies for disrupting their daily lives. They don't see any other solution but to give up on technology completely. However, we want to accept technology as a regular part of our lives. After all, they were designed to make our lives easier, not to enslave us. What we need to do is to focus on both our real and virtual self, reconcile them so that one would complement the other. At the same time, we have to realize their differences and learn how to separate them. We should avoid being overwhelmed and prevent our virtual professional life interfere with our virtual private life. We need to learn how to deal with our virtual selves and how to use their true potential. Nowadays, not only do you have to realize your own self, but also your virtual self because it represents an integral part of our lives. Technology should not determine our happiness, but it can help us find it.